Welcome to the Kenny Hack. Hello everybody and welcome back to the Kenny Hack. Here's what we got going in this video for today. I'm going to be comparing a name brand, higher dollar, 20-ounce tumbler cup against a generic tumbler cup. And the reason for this is, if you're like me, I do a lot of cup engraving with my laser. And a lot of people are kind of brand loyal to the name brands. And as a laser engraver, the generic cups are far more affordable for me to get and store. I'm taking out the name brand's markup on them and able to provide a lot more options at an affordable price. And I just wanted to see if there was a big difference in how long the ice would maintain between the two different cups. I've always assumed that the name brands might be a little bit better, but not so much better than the generics, that the price difference really won't be seen in the long run. But that's what this little experiment was designed to test. So this is about what I can get the name brand for in most stores and online, and the price of the generics off of Amazon, generally like what you can get it for, whether you buy it in bulk or you buy it by a single cup. It just depends on how big an order you make and on what price you can get for the generics. So here's the initial testing information. I'm going to be starting off with the dry weights. This is the cup and the lids together. And then the weight with the ice, both filled fairly much to the top with pretty much the same amount of ice in it. You'll see that they're within about 0.3 grams of each other by the time I was done. As close as I could get, or down to just a little chunk of ice difference. Now in that about 60 grams of difference, there's about 20 grams just in the lid due to the magnet that's inside the lid for the name brands on this style. So about 40 grams difference, about 13% more mass in the name brand. And that's kind of relative if you're a thermodynamics geek. So here are both cups filled with ice. I tried to use as close to whole pieces of ice as I could. I think I had to use one little chunk in the name brand on the left to kind of get the weights to balance out as close as I could. But other than that, they're mostly just full pieces filled to about all the way to the top of the lid. And then just put the caps back on them and set them off to the side in my office, set around about 70 degrees, and just let them sit for 24 hours. And here they are 24 hours later. Can't really tell much difference just looking into them. They look to have about the same amount of water, the same amount of my ice left. But we'll drain it out and see how it looks then. Here's like after the water's drained. You can see the ice doesn't look considerably different. They both still held ice pretty good for 24 hours. But let's see what they come up on the scale. So here's the moment of truth. Bring back up our empty weights, what they initially started at. And after I drained off all the water, here's what their final weights were with the ice in the lids. So we'll get a total of ice remaining. There's 78.9 in the name brand, 56.2 in the generic. And from there we can convert how many grams per hour we were melting in each different style. Come out to about 6 grams in the name brand and just under 7 in the generic. So a little bit better goes to the name brand. But if you go back to the weight difference, that was about 13%. That is pretty much equal to the mass difference, is how fast it was melting. And using that grams per hour melt, we can convert and kind of guess on how long the ice would have lasted total if it continued melting at the same rate. It's about 37 hours for the name brand and 32 hours for the generic. So now it comes down to the question at the start. Is it worth it? Now for me, it's pretty easy to sell most customers on the generic once I show them how much cheaper I can do it versus the name brands with their higher markup on it. And I kind of wanted to make something like this so I could really assure them that they're basically getting the same cups just at a better price without having to pay for the name brand markup. But anyways, thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe. And as always, I'll look forward to seeing y'all on the next video. Thanks for watching.